following on from last video, looking at some of the comments, quite a few people saying that the lens on my camera was dirty, and so you didn't get a good view of the watches, and let's face it, that's what you're looking on YouTube for. So I'll give the camera and the watches a bit of a clean. I've also got all the dates on all the watches. So let's have a look what we've got then. So here you have it, the GMT2 by Rolex. Black dial. I could have got the blue and black at the time. I preferred the all black look because I think it's more versatile with what I wear. If you only having one watch, I'd say go for a neutral watch like this one, all black. And I think that's why a lot of people, when they have a Rolex, they look at the Submariner, because it's just plain black and white, isn't it? So it works with anything. Where if you had the blue and black and it's just your one watch, with suits, I don't think it's a great look, in all honesty. It depends on the suit. It looks good in casual stuff, but I think this one, you can get away with it in a suit. It's a good looking piece, and being all black, it works with any of your clothes. So that's that one. Here we have it's just beautiful, this, isn't it? The Rolex Datejust 41 in the silver dial. Play with the light if I can. It really works. Obviously I'm inside a living room at night now, so you just got my lights on, so you can't really get a great look, but sometimes with the sun, the way it hits it, it can go from incredibly bright silver to a really dark, more like the rhodium colour. So yeah, I just love the colour of the dial. I love the way the sunburst dial works. I think it suits the Jubilee bracelet and the fluted bezel, the silver on silver. As I said before, I wouldn't change this colour dial for any of the others. I'm not bothered about the resale value, because I'm not looking to resell it. So there we go. Buy what you like, and I like the silver. And here we go. My latest watch, the Super Chronomat. I'll move the watch about so you can catch it with the lights a bit more, see the colours. Yeah, ice blue dial. It's a platinum bezel that you wouldn't know it. It's yeah, I love it. It's 44mm. I think a chronograph has to be above 42, 40, minimum 42, and this is 44, which I think looks really good. You can see the sub dials. I looked at the hype of the Daytona, and I was close to buying one, and I went to buy a white dial one. I was going to pay significantly over list, as most people have to these days, and I put it on my wrist, and I was so disappointed. I've got big wrists, and it's just like a button. I was looking at it thinking, wow, what's all the hype about? And yeah, I just give it back and said, nah, not for me, and I'll buy something else, and no regrets on that score. This is 44. I love it. It looks, the strap's really comfortable. It's got a display case back on it, so you can see the movements, albeit with the rotor there, but it's really accurate. It's got great power reserve, and I personally think it's a great looking watch. Next, It's obviously the main watch. You all know that. It's this is the sapphire crystal. I was debating to go for the Hesalite. I did have a Hesalite one about 15, 16 years ago, and I didn't like the way it scratched up really easy, and it always appeared dull, the dial, and I think it's such a gorgeous looking dial. Um, so when I saw them both in the shop, I had them in my hand, played with them under the light, and I just think you can see the sub dials better on this. I get why people buy the Hesalite because it's the main watch. Um, it's but this one you can see the movement at that through the rear of the watch. Obviously, there's no rotor there obscuring the movement, so you can be sad like me and watch it for a minute or two, see where your money's gone. But yeah, it's the new 3861. This one, so it's got the slimmer bracelet. There was a few people criticising on YouTube about the bracelet, saying that it was sharp. I thought I've had no problems with this one. I thought the bracelet's really comfortable, no issues. Yeah, I can see why it's an icon. Uh, I think if you've got a collection of watches, then this should be, high on the list to have. I think any collection is, if it doesn't have a moon watch, then it's missing something, isn't it? It's probably one of the most important watches ever made. And there we have it. That's that one. And here we have the Planet Ocean chronograph, ceramic bezel, again see-through case back. Really accurate movement on this one. Really impressed with it. I think is it Mitas what Omega use now to regulate the watches. It's anyway, whatever they've done, it works. It's incredibly accurate. Keeps great time, great power reserve. I've got another like a sporty watch I'll show you in a minute, a Panerai, but I think the build quality of this is far superior. I just think it's a great watch, isn't it? Let's look at that. One of my favourites. Yeah, the old boy, 2006 IWC in Geneva. Service last year, went back to Schaffhausen. It started to, when I was winding it to power it up, I just felt it was getting a bit tough, so I thought I needed to go back in for a service. It's come back, it's absolutely butter smooth now. They refurbished it all. It's I love this watch. I say in previous videos, I saw it in the Watches Switzerland store in a catalogue, on the cover of a catalogue. The guy gave me the catalogue as they do, sell your watch. Went about, read it in the car park, and that was it then. Had to have one of these. At the time, you could get it in steel, you could get it in like a sandblasted titanium, and the chronograph versions, but I wanted this new movement. When I read about this movement in this developed by IWC, I was just hooked. So it had to be a time only watch. It was this or the titanium, and I just think I'm glad I went for the steel. The titanium is a lovely watch. It looks a bit more sporty, and I like it. I liked it being a bit more conservative like this one, so that's why I went for this watch, and no regrets. One of my favourite watches, as you'll no doubt hear me repeatedly say, but I just love it. Just love everything about this watch. It's just me. And obviously the Portuguese, nice blue strap. I love the blue hands on it. I like the silver on this. It's totally different than the silver Datejust, because this is um, like a sandblasted finish, so it shimmers rather than totally changes colour like the Datejust does. So it's always legible no matter what angle. Easy to see the time. I think it's a handsome watch. I've never seen many other people wearing one of these out and about. And it's a shame, really, because it is a cracking watch. Um, I wear it in work, when I'm wearing a shirt and tie. It's not flash. It just looks. I just think it just looks professional, doesn't it? When you look at this, and it's a good looking piece. The dial's 41, but boy, it works so much larger because there's no real bezel on it. It's all dial. Um, it wears when you put it on the wrist. When you put it on your wrist, I think you could be looking at a 45. If someone said it's 45 mil, yeah, so yeah, it's 45 mil. You wouldn't think twice because it's all dial. And it's got a lovely. Can't get off there, but you see this display back on the back of it. It's a lovely looking movement, the Portuguese movements in these, and yeah, see it. Whereas I took out the date just before the silver change, this one just shimmers all the time, so it's legible, and yeah, a really nice piece. Very delicate, isn't it? You look at the hands on it. That's a beautiful looking piece. Right. Yep. And this is obviously my special watch. It doesn't get much wrist time. It only goes out on occasions of going out for a meal or somewhere nice with missus. Uh, soon I get back, it's off the wrist and it's put back up, put back. Trying to keep it as mince, because you hear horror stories that gold, it's soft, isn't it? So it'll soon scratch up, and I don't want that to happen to this watch. I don't want to polish away all that gold. I want to keep it as it is. I love the blue. It's like a smoky blue dial. It's a shame in sunlight it changes, really changes this blue from really like near enough black, and sometimes the very pale blue. Um, it's difficult to pick it up in this light, this artificial light in this room, but I just think it's such a handsome watch. I traded a James Cameron Rolex James Cameron for this one because the money that I paid for the James Cameron, uh, I didn't really wear it. I wasn't really wearing the watch, and as well my watches, I wanted something. I wanted a gold watch. In all honesty, I've always loved the Portuguese automatic. I loved it with the silver dial. But, with the blue hands and silver dial, this watch looks great. And then I was in Milan at the boutique, and the salesman had this piece on, and that was it. Then I thought I'm gonna get one of those, and so I kept on looking, and then lucky enough one came up. Traded in a James Cameron. Was quite a lot of cash to get this bad boy, but no regrets. I just it's an occasion when you put it on your wrist. It just feels really nice when you're going out with it, nice clothes and a really nice watch. It's yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? That's the close up for anyone who wants to have a close up look at it. Beautiful. One that's on the list to go. This is the next one out. I want to replace this with the Omega Speedmaster Racing with the white dial. I've now got 3 silver watches out of 10, and this is the cheapest one out of a lot of them. So replace it with a white dial. It gives me a bit more colour variation. I'm not into really mad colours, so the white on the Speedmaster Racing, it's like an eggshell finish, so it's not. It's a really good looking watch with a nice colour dial, and it's the Speedmaster Racing is everything what I'd hope the Rolex Daytona would be in, you know. So that's that's what this is a great watch. You know, the one thing I can tell you about this watch is that the metal has been treated. They treat it so it's about 10 times harder this, than normal steel. So it's very, you know, it holds up really well. It doesn't get scratches. This gets worn a lot in, you know, in work, and I do some physical parts. Then I'll stick this on. Um, and yeah, it's a good watch. You know, it's for what I paid for it. I think I paid about £700. The retail price was about £1,100. So I got a fair chunk off it. But like I said before, I don't want to go over 10 watches. But I think I will be going over 10, because there's another watch that I'll talk about later that I'm also interested in, as well as the Omega Speedmaster Racing. It's bloody expensive, this hobby. Anyway, and lastly, in the Panerai, it's titanium with the ceramic bezel, and as you said in the last video, it's still on the plastic strap. I think it says Kevlar, but it's just plastic to me, with the blue stitching. And yeah, I love the look of the watch. It's an absolute beast. I had the previous one, the 389. This the 1389. The 389 was in the Expendables, worn by Jason Statham. The 389 for me it's more versatile than this one. I regret getting rid of my 389, really do. I just wish that the blue wasn't on it on this watch. I think the dial should have been all just kept grey writing, you know, and the grey second hand, and then you could wear every different type of colour straps, whereas the blue restricts you in a way. I couldn't wear this with a green strap or a red strap, where I could with the 389. So that's where we're at. Anyway, I thought I'd share another video, because of some of the feedback I was getting, saying that the footage was a bit blurry. I'm hoping this is a bit better. So this is my little collection for now. I said I'll never go past 10 watches. Well, that was yesterday. I'm now looking also, going back to the Breitling Evo, Aerospace Evo, or the B70 Orbiter. I've always liked that watch. It's just something totally different as well. So I may pick one of those up soon, and you can get the Aerospace Evo for around just about £2,500. I did have one about a year and a half ago. Traded it like a deer, and I miss it now. So I'd like to go get another one of those, or I'm going to have a look at the Orbiter watch to see if that's a better watch. Well, it's a lot more money. I think they're just shy of £4,000 on the bracelet, where there's some deals to be had on the Aerospace Evo. So let's see what happens, eh? Anyway, hopefully you've seen the watches in a better, with a now clean lens, and you can have a good look at what I've got, comments would be good. Don't slag me off too much. I'm just an amateur collector with not huge amounts of funds. So I've been collecting watches now for since 2001 really. On traded a few in. I'm into motorbikes as well, so that takes a lot of money. If any of you guys have motorbikes, you'll understand. And sometimes if you want bits for your bike, then I start looking at some certain watches, thinking you can go, and that's where we're at. But yeah, it's a fair collection, I think. I'd like to have a little bit more colour. That's why I said there's 3 silver dials there. If we can get rid of the Seiko, put the nice white one on. If we can get the Breitling Orbiter, that's like a really metallic red, orangey red dial. That's a beautiful dial, that. But then a bit to 11, so a bit of a spinal tap moment. But let's wait and see.